All right, guys, let's try one more time. So what's up? My name is Alexia, and for those of you that do know, I come on here, I share some stuff, and so today I want to talk about how I survived, and this is my story of faith and healing and domestic violence awareness. Today I just want to speak from my heart, and not from pain, but from my purpose. And October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but for many of us, it's not just a month. It's a memory, it's a battle, a scar that still tries to whisper fear into our peace. And I'm not here to talk about something that I read in a book, or I found it in a magazine, or, I'm here to talk about something that I lived through. Because I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. And I stand here because God made me a way when there was no way. So, that in itself is a miracle. My personal story is there was a time when I didn't think I'd ever see peace again. When I was walking on eggshells, trying to keep peace in a place that had no love. And I learned to smile through bruises, not just ones you can see, but the ones nobody ever asks about, There were a lot of nights I cried to God, asking, why me? How did I end up here? Why does someone say they love me and they want to break me? And you know what? In those moments when I felt completely alone, God was already moving. He was moving. He was protecting me. Even when I couldn't see it, He was preparing me. Even when I thought I was broken beyond repair. And when I finally did walk away, I didn't just leave a person. I left fear. I left silence. I left a vision of me and a version of me that was broken beyond repair. When I finally walked away, I didn't leave just the person, It was a version of me that forgot her worth. So I just kind of want to get into some real facts, guys, about Tucson and Arizona truth. And I feel like it's important about what's happening right here in our community. We focus on homelessness, we focus on drugs, we focus on those things. But when do we sit back and focus on domestic violence, people that do have homes, people that have families that are facing violence or some kind of abuse in their home. In Tucson alone, police respond to 15,000 domestic violence calls every year. That's 15,000 people, 15,000 moments of terror, fear, right here in Tucson, Arizona. 15,000, okay? Places like Emerge Center Against Domestic Violence are lifelines for people that are facing domestic violence. They've helped nearly 6,000 survivors in a single year, men, women, and children. They answered thousands of cries for help, thousands, offering shelter, counseling, faith, and letting them know that tomorrow can still come without that. Across Arizona, more than 80 people lost their lives last year to domestic violence. 80 people in Arizona. And for every person we lost, there are hundreds still fighting. This isn't just a statistic. It's our neighbors. It's our sisters. It's our brothers, our friends. And maybe it's you. Or was you? You know, there's long-term effects from domestic violence. And that's what people don't see. See, what people don't always understand is that abuse doesn't end when you walk out the door. The bruises fade, but the impact stays in your mind, the body. Your spirit is broken. Many survivors struggle with PTSD, anxiety, depression, and trust. I was once one of those. Some suffer from brain injuries that affect how they speak or think. And I've lived that fog where you can't find the words, where your voice shakes for no reason, where your thoughts scatter like broken glass. For a long time, I used to stay quiet, not because I had nothing to say, but because I had forgotten what my voice even sounded like without fear. When you are silenced for so long, speaking up feels like a war inside your own chest. But God started to restore me piece by piece. And that's why I share this stuff with you guys. He reminded me that my voice is my weapon. And the same mouth that once began to ask somebody to love them, to beg them, to love them, now declares freedom. You know, my faith and my transformation is my spiritual growth. I have come a long, long way. Through my journey with domestic violence, it taught me that healing doesn't come from revenge. It comes from release. I had to let go and let God. And I had to learn to forgive, which was one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life because I was so broken and hurt. And the trust that God gave me and told me He would deal with what I couldn't. My healing didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen the next day. It came in stages, through prayer, through tears, through forgiving myself for staying too long. And slowly, God turned my power and showed me my pain was my power. He showed me that my body was a temple. I'm not here to be drained by the devil's work. I'm here to pour into others with love, truth, and testimony. But now I speak with strength because I know who stands beside me. I'm stronger than the storm that tried to destroy me. Because even when I was drowning, God was teaching me how to breathe again. You know, we don't take into consideration when we're having those issues. We're so caught up in the moment. We don't think about the impact on our families and our children. And let's not forget the children who see and hear things no child should ever feel or see or hear. Children who grow up thinking violence is normal, love is control, and silence is safety. Some grow up with speech delays, anxiety, fear of expressing their self and being who they are. That's why it's important we break the cycle. Not just for us, but for the kids, for the next generation. We have to show them what love really, really looks like. Love is patient. Love is kind and never harmful. We must build homes filled with prayer, not pain. Homes where the only thing that breaks is chains. Literally. You know, there's a lot of encouragement and resources out there. From survivors to survivors, from professional places, ministries, churches. If you are watching this today, okay, and you are in that place, if you're scared, confused, or you feel like you have no way out, just listen. Hear me for a minute, okay? You're not alone. You're not. And I know a lot of people say that, and when you're seeing it and hearing it, you don't believe it, but you're not. You're not alone. Okay? There is help here in Tucson, Arizona. If you are going through domestic violence, there's Emerge Center Against Domestic Violence. It is a 24/7 hotline, and you could call them at 520-795-4266. And I'll say it again. It's 520-795-4266. Okay? And then we have Kodak Trauma Center, or Kodak Trauma and Recovery Center for therapy, healing, and support. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but you can call. And then the University of Arizona Speech, Language, and Hearing Clinic. That's for communication recovery from trauma-related things. So if you need that, it's there. Just know you deserve peace. You deserve healing. You deserve a love that doesn't hurt. And when you're ready, reach out. God will meet you there, I promise. You're not alone. You know, I just want to call our survivors to rise. Today, I speak for the women who couldn't. For the moments still praying behind closed doors. For the daughters learning that silence is not strength. To every survivor listening, your story is not over. You're not broken. You're not too broken to be used by God. You're not too damaged to be loved. Isaiah 61:3 says, God gives us beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, and praise instead of despair. That's exactly what he did for me. So today, I use my voice for those who have lost theirs. And I'm going to keep speaking. I'm going to keep going, guys. This is just the beginning. Until fear has no home in Tucson. Until every survivor believes that healing is possible. And until we remember that God's love wins every time. So, if this message today has touched your heart, share it. Share it for somebody. You never know who's scrolling right now, praying for a sign that it's time to leave. Praying for a sign that they are good enough. Praying that it's time to heal. Time to believe in their self again. Let's be that sign together. Share it. Like it. Share it. But let the light lead them home. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. It's been heavy on my heart, and I'm going to continue sharing all month about domestic violence. I have to go, guys. I got to get up, run, and go. And just so you guys know, we are having Bible study today at 11 o'clock at Golden Corral on Ina. And if you are a woman and you need inspiration and you need sisters, we are here. So come check it out. We have our pastor, and she is going to spread the word, and it's going to be so powerful because guess what? She is a powerful woman, and she loves people, and she encourages them, and that's what we need in our life. Positive women, uplifting, encouraging, and loving on each other. So have a good day. God bless you. Happy Saturday. I love you all, and I will see you again. Peace out.